The passing of Ottawa's owner, so I'd just like to lend condolences from all of us in Buffalo with the Sabres to Mr. Melnick's family and the Ottawa Senators and fans, and thoughts are with them.
What did you see on that last goal?
Yeah, the last. Yeah. Oof. I saw Tomer coming back to the bench to get a new stick, and then when it went off that back wall, it does click in your mind as you watched it that it can bounce back and back in. We had talked about lively boards this morning, and it's there was irony to that because we had spoken of that, and there it was.
How much of a deserved outcome was that, given the way you fought back?
Yeah. What a game. I mean, what a game. And my message to the team after was, you get consumed and frustrated by perfection, and we have to disregard that. It's not when you win and you win championships and you win games and you win these teams that win all, they do it in imperfect situations, and we need to learn to accept that things aren't going to be perfect and sometimes they're going to be really ugly. But you can't lose your compete and work ethic. And I thought when a game was getting away from us early, we reverted back to, we went within ourselves and competed harder and worked harder and didn't, the chatter on the bench was great. Nobody was feeling sorry for anybody else. Nobody was getting mad at anybody else. They were right on the cusp of that. And then the compete gear kicked in rather than the whining. And so for them to finish and get the bounce they got and we got at the end was obviously very nice.
When did you think it was a game again? Was 4-2 the moment where you said?
Yeah, even honestly, Mike, even at 3-0, I just felt, we have a chance in this game. We still have a chance. Just let's not get all worked up here. There's lots of game to go, and we were one step behind our own pace, and it wasn't any doing. We were doing it to ourselves, I felt. We just didn't acclimate and get into the game yet, and I figured, let's get into the game before we even let our mind think this is going to be undoable. And, once we got some, a little bit of adrenaline, and we tweaked lines again today, and I thought that was really good of our guys. We kind of got them out of their own head and trying to be perfect, and they just went to work harder, and second period was very good.
How much did you think it helped Tuck? I mean, we've talked before about he's been struggling, and he got a goal, which had to be huge, but just it seemed like there was more from him.
Totally different. I mean, he's, everybody has come to know Tuck as a guy that cares, and he cares about lots of things. He cares about everything. He's just that's his nature, and I think jumping to a different line snapped him out of any worry and concern of things weren't going well on one line, and the chemistry wasn't there, and he just went, his compete and work ethic just elevated, and he was a force from that point, I felt. And when we can get that guy as a force, it's impressive, and what a goal, what a pass by Victor to convert on that.
I'd say between the two shots and the pass, how much confidence are you seeing in Victor right now?
Victor has put the work in. I mean, it's nice to see, because I've spoken about it a lot, is you have to be confident before you get the results. And he's been playing with a lot of confidence, and now he's getting results. And happy for that. I'm happy for him. He takes it home with him, and he takes it hard. And for him to, I think all our guys are starting to develop some level of chemistry together, our team, and that's why, for me, it's easier to even switch those lines around. But Victor's been real positive in that regard.
How much does this game do you take from it that you can always use it?
Yeah, my takeaway from this game, Mike, is don't worry about things being pretty. It's get comfortable and messy, because that's professional sports, and it's everybody's going to pick you apart for this mistake and that mistake and the other, and that's fine. But you got to ignore it. You got to ignore it and move on, and because if you don't, and you're going to miss that next opportunity, and that was what I was most proud of our guys today, because you could have easily dwelled on this, that, and the other, and there was no dwelling. And again, as a coach, you're happy when your guys shift into that gear and mode, and then they get rewarded for it. You're extremely happy. That is for sure.
I know you've coached a lot of games in this building, but to be a head coach in your hometown, was there any personal significance?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting, and I told the team after, you know, I have lots of family here that I'm going to run and see before we hop on a plane. But really, and Mike asked me before the game, it was all about getting in here and finding a way to win a hockey game. And I will tell you with all honesty, you know, I love Chicago. It's where I grew up. But, you know, as I said over the summer when there were other job openings, I wanted to be in Buffalo. And I told our players that after the game. I feel like you know, we all belong in Buffalo, and this was huge for all of us. And for me, you know, obviously I thanked our group for that effort because it made it special for my family. But for me, it felt like another win with our guys, and that trumps anything right now. It just does. It's just these are the guys you wake up and you go to work with every day, and to immerse in that is phenomenal outright. And then the side note for me is just it happened to be here in Chicago. So.